Today, I want to show you a tool I've been using privately in my character workflow, and now I finally polished it to some point where I'm not embarrassed to share it with others. It is designed to symmetrize all sorts of things like meshes, vertex groups, shape keys, UV maps, and to be honest, this tool is not for everyone, but personally I love Symmetry, and so I end up using it all the time. Now, you might be thinking, why would I need a separate tool when Blender already has built-in ways to symmetrize meshes, mirror vertex groups, and mirror shape keys? And if you try those, you probably know that it is not always as smooth as we want it to be. And even with meshes that looks almost symmetrical, I don't know, maybe I use these tools in a wrong way, but for me, almost always something is not working. So let me show you how my tool works, and you tell me if you find it useful or not. And in my character workflow, at some point, I end up with perfectly symmetric mesh. In my case, it's right after applying the mirror modifier. And that's exactly where I start using the add-on. First, it creates something I call persistent symmetry configuration. This stores correspondence between vertex indices on the left and right side of the mesh, and essentially it's a simple map that knows which vertices have a symmetrical partner and which one belongs to the center plane. And it's like baking the symmetry information at the right moment when the mesh is still perfectly symmetric, so we can use it later when the mesh becomes asymmetrical after adding some non-symmetrical details, because perfect symmetry rarely looks natural. And so this approach does have its limits. We become tied to the vertex indices, meaning you cannot change topology afterward. Also, for now, the configuration has to be created on a perfectly symmetric mesh. In the near future, I might add an option to generate the config based on symmetric topology instead of absolute coordinates, but personally, I don't need that. In my own workflow, I apply mirror modifier and immediately create the symmetry config. So, and still, if some people find topology-based symmetry useful, I'll add it. It shouldn't be a very complex task. As for the config, you can specify a directory. By default, it saves right next to your blend file using the file name from this text box. And you can also set the axis of symmetry and a few tolerance parameters. And the first one is the symmetry threshold. This is the maximum distance used for symmetry detection. You can set an absolute value, but I prefer, and it's set by default, a value relative to the closest edges. And the default works just fine. I do not want to stretch the video, but if you really want to understand how these relative thresholds work, it's all in the documentation. All links are in the description. Similar logic applies to the center detection threshold. If a vertex doesn't have a symmetrical counterpart, we check how close it is to the symmetry plane, and if it's close enough, it gets marked as a center vertex. And during further processing, all vertices will be handled according to their classification, and to make sure everything is detected correctly, we have a select center vertex function. This will select all vertices recognized as belonging to the symmetry plane. We also have a select and assign function. If any vertex in the mesh cannot be clearly classified as center, positive, or negative, this will select those vertices. And again, if you run everything on a perfectly symmetric mesh, for example, right after applying the mirror modifier, there are no duplicated vertices, everything should be perfectly fine. Once we have created the configuration file, we can apply it to any mesh that shares the exact same topology and vertex order. And I'll say it again. So this is important. The add-on relies entirely on vertex order. So please keep this limitation in mind before making a purchase. I'll keep the features and limitations section on the marketplace and documentation pages updated. So it's possible that by the time you're watching this video, Some update has already removed one of this limitation, or maybe I forgot to mention something here. So please read the description carefully. I don't want anyone to feel disappointed. I'm going to actively support and develop this add-on because I really like it. So let me know in the comments, maybe you would like me to add some specific symmetry-related features that are not represented in the add-on yet. And I'm trying to keep everything organized. So this video is aimed only on explaining how to create persistent symmetry configuration. The other videos will be published in the OmniMirror playlist. Will cover the other aspects, so how to actually use the persistent symmetry configuration for symmetrizing base meshes, symmetrizing shape keys, vertex groups, UV maps, etc. So thank you for watching and see you the next time.